Mr. Robbie from Deepag Rainbow Collective. Good morning, Rob. How are we today? Yes, so it's very it's very relevant sa ato ang events today. So we've had Deepag here a few times. I think this is the third time we've had you na, di ba? So ang kuan nato is probably sa mga dili kayo sa mga first time namin no sa ato nga na sa atong episode kana mo. Can you give us a brief summary or a brief what do we call this? Background sa Deepag Rainbow Collective and how it.
So the Deepag Rainbow Collective, also known as the DRC, is a non-profit organization based in Dipolog City, in which it aims to fight for gender awareness and advocacy.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the first non-HIV, non-health related. Not related, but kanang dili mo ang yung main focus, right?
Yes po.
Yes, because you're focusing on kana lagi SOGI nga awareness and stuff like that. So you as a volunteer, how did you hear about How did word of the organization come to you?
Actually, it was really a cute story, ma'am. Kay since last year, I was planning to create an organization in my school, in my university in GRMSU, about the LGBT and also fighting for the SOGI as also I'm a gender advocate.
Yes, great.
Then that is one of my platforms, but I also heard from one of my visiting lecturer, Ma'am Stephanie, that she is part of such organization which is the DRC. So I asked her, and also she gave me some people like ni Prof. Ja and ni Prof. Alforque. So we talked to them and talk about a lot of stuff and also about the related paperworks in order for us na ma-establish such organization to some school.
Okay. So there's for the lack of better terms, there are branches.
Yes
sa
po.
kuan. So is it like nasa Dipolog, you're from the not main Dipolog campus,
Yes po,
right?
Dipolog
so
campus.
Is there also one sa sa
As far as I know, ma'am, because we have also gender advocates from the other schools, such as the SVC, the ABC, the NHS Main, and Turno, in which na-introduce la sa MUA during one of our major activities, which is the Kauban. It's a mental health workshop.
Hala, that's so nice.
So the last, it was held at the provincial capital last June as a commemoration or a celebration for our sa mental health.
Hala, that's so nice kay okay, so acknowledging the kuan arrive na ang yes, okay. So aside from that, that's very nice na you actually have platforms for mental health with in the kuan.
Yes po, ma'am. Kay the scope of the DRC is not only limited lang sa about gender awareness, but also we have the SOGI and also mga related topics with that, which is pasulod gid dito ang atong mental health.
No, okay. So you mentioned ganina nga you've wanted to establish. Have you had a history na of like volunteer work, kuan?
Ever since in elementary, ma'am, I've been part of volunteering works yet.
Oh, that's
but
so cute.
mas na full-blown gid siya during my high school days, in which na-introduce ako na when I was part of the Rotary Youth Activities Week, in which after those activities week, we created a club, which is the Interact Club of Dipolog, which is under sa Rotary Club of Dipolog. So part po ko sa una-ana. Then after that, nagtuloy-tuloy yung mga volunteering works, nisulod sa ZNPIA, sa PIA, and sa Red Cross.
Oh, right.
Philippine Red
Mo na
Cross.
last time, right?
Yes, I did mention that, ma'am. So there's a lot of social organization na present yet and existing there sa Dipolog City,
Yes,
and
no?
they're just waiting to be acknowledged.
They're just waiting to be acknowledged, no? So can we special mention at mga kuan the organizations and volunteer groups that you mentioned earlier?
Oh, kato sila, ma'am. Pero currently, I'm based sa Deepag Rainbow Collective, which is the NGO that fighting for our SOGI and also sa gender equality, and also sa Philippine Red Cross na volunteer, in which I'm one also the executive officers of the Youth Council.
We love an active representative of the youth sector.
Okay, it's like the sa Philippine Red Cross, ma'am, is like among base is not only in the Dipolog City but the whole Zamboanga del Norte.
Yes, and that's very relevant, especially now, no, with the constant earthquakes, the constant threats of kuan. It's really nice. So what called you to be a volunteer man from a very young age pag yun ha. So what was there a specific event that happened or someone inspired you kuan?
Siguro ma'am, it's the sense of fulfillment na whenever you are trying to help someone, like whenever you are trying to top someone's life, it makes a big difference, kid ma'am. Kay I'm not asking for a reward or an award or any monetary nga na fukan. But for me, magod, as long as you help someone, as long as you inspired someone with your volunteering works, that's all matters for me.
That's such a wholesome answer, you know. So relative to Deepag, how would you say that this is really the org is really touching people's lives, because the LGBTQ community is still somewhat seen as a minority group, right? So how would you say that the organization is really helping those within the community?
Since Deepag Rainbow Collective or the DRC ma'am, it provides platform for us to voice our advocacy, to voice for awareness, and also to call out and also to educate other people na we have this existing laws that protects us.
Yes.
We have this a lots of things that could be beneficial. Kay something sa ako among good ma'am, as personally I'm also part of the LGBT, and through participating this organization ma'am, mas instead na medyo lock up ko sa mga kay sometimes magud kay whenever you are part of other organizations, syempre namugod kay mga other persona na kailangan i-lock up lang, kailangan na dapat stay nila ka stay cool, stay professional, calm, and also but sa Deepag Rainbow Collective mas medyo nagkakiat bitaw mi mo. Kaya we're able kay because you are surrounded with people with same mentality, with same mindset na no one can judge you. Okay, that is one of the main focus whenever we have this kamustahan with our key officers namo dito na nobody can judge you here or nobody can talk about behind your backs. You are free to share what you want. And that is something na ito ma'am, mas nalipay ma'am kay we're able to share na katong mga things na supposedly na kinatago lang namo, na we are afraid to talk about with other people, with our friends, because we are afraid that maybe they will judge us at some point. So that's it.
No, it's really important to have these safe spaces wherein we can go on. So aside from mentioning back to like safe spaces and stuff like that, have you had like mga programs or activities recently that promotes this, aside from we know that that this year you had the Pride March, which was a huge success.
Yes po.
Sa kuan. So were there any following activities with that?
So for our following activities, we're still planning and contemplating, but for me, ang amo lang yun is the Pride Month Ligid is the biggest event that
the highlight of the year.
Yes, yun po. Mo pa man na ang amo ang gina-focus pa for the next year because we want to upgrade what happened this year for the next year.
No, it's all about escalation,
Yes,
stepping up, keeping going. So with that, no, but I saw on your page actually, they also have a page sa Deepag Rainbow Collective Facebook page nila. I saw that you had a traveling exhibit with the kuan katong sa
katong mga katong mga picture, photo exhibits.
Yes,
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So it's one of our activities na mag-take of pictures katong napili namo na mga participants kay i-frame namo siya. Tapos it's aimed na makita ang story pod of all LGBT members na present diri sa TUA. So ang naka-indicate dito is the picture and also the background of them So I forgot the theme. So I'm so sorry because I was not part of that committee because I'm from mental committee mong good ma'am. But the little background of that is that it has the little background of them as being part of the LGBT member and how they live as an LGBT member in the city, ma'am. So it's a really inspiring story because we have this beauty pageants, we have this teacher, we have this from medical worker, and also a politician. So it's a really nice story that we're able to see the background of them and how they live in Dipolog City.
Okay, so these are all locals lang.
Locals po, ma'am.
So Balimerg, they are what's the word I'm looking for? Looking at the different phases of Pride within the city, no. It's also still relates. It also still relates to safe spaces.
Yes po.
So you as a volunteer within your time in Deepak Rainbow Collective, are there any like specific experiences that really makes you feel like fulfilled, or afterwards kaya kanang, this is the reason why I volunteered good?
Katigil siya, ma'am, na joining Deepak Rainbow Collective is one of the best moment I had this year, because this year of which is
okay,
like
so
it's very new,
nagday ka.
it's a very new pagid siya. However, nanami last year, last September, October, na establish ang JRMSU, DRC, but dito gid sa main org na mo sa DRC, this year pa mo may naka-join.
Okay.
And this is one of the best experience I had, because I met the right people for me.
That's
I met the
cute.
people na I can freely express myself na without judgment. And also, mas open ko nila kaysa sa mga other people or other organizations that I've been through.
Yes.
Because for me, mas ma-feel magud nimo, ma'am, ang camaraderie and also the safe space nila.
Yes.
Kay, of course, through my volunteering works for these years, I became aware of how sensitive ang other people.
Yes.
So, syempre, nakabalo na jud ko na, uy, kay nga ni mga tao, marag trusted ni sila. Uy, kani mga tao, okay lang.
You learn to read people.
Yeah, I learned to read people mo. Grabe yun siya.
It's such a skill that actually very important in later life, that you do establish that skill. So have you regarding katulad safe spaces and whatnot, what can you say are the best practices within the org that really made you feel that way and made you feel safe?
You will not judge you.
Kana gid no.
Yes.
Important.
So what you're talking about, usay pang share dito na topics nila ha, it stays there lang yun. Okay, so kisa kung sa bitawag sa mga explicit man kaha or mga normal topics naman kaha or mga disturbing topics. Aside from that is they also give you a valuable advices. Because sometimes magud, ma'am, na kay syempre as a person na kabulabita na LGBT members are mostly oppressed, good,
Yes,
not only in the
yes.
city but all throughout the world.
Yes.
And that is something na may things na di kini mo pwede ma-share. And so that with that, ikaw na dyan, di mo siya, gitago na lang, di mo siya, like, okay, I will do my best na lang, I will do what's the best thing for me. And but kato na share na gid ako mga problems na ko nila, na share na ako ang mga things na I want to share,
Yeah.
especially mga gay stuffs or
Yeah,
mga
yeah, yeah.
LGBT stuff. So ato na siya. So mas naging open, kato na siya, mas naging open, mas naging close yun kay syempre nag-build na may foundation with also the other members, and I can feel that they can also relate.
No, it's so again, the importance of safe spaces lang it is very emphasized within the group, no. So you mentioned that you mentioned that you were part of the mental health committee, right?
Yes,
Prior to that, were there aside from the was it Kauban?
Kauban, ma'am.
Kauban, yes. Could you tell us a little bit about how that what you did in that committee, what activities you had that promoted, I'm gonna assume promoted safe spaces po
Yes
po,
po.
right?
So, Kauban, so it's a mental health workshop for gender advocates. And it's not limited only to the LGBT members, but also ang mga allies nato, mga
Yes.
straight women, straight man, and also. So, during that activity, ma'am, we're able to ask for help. So, mainly naka-help na mo ato is ang ato provincial office, which is
Provincial health office.
it gives us the hall, and also nagpampad sa mga foods and snacks. So we're
Okay,
really thankful.
sponsors.
So we're really thankful. And during that event, ma'am, we also invited other organizations to talk about the mental health issues present in our localities.
Okay, that's
So we have this Philippine Red Cross na nagtalk about sa stress and also mga other mga stress levels, and also how to cope with that. And also we also invited a lot of the guidance counselors.
That's nice.
Yes,
no,
ma'am.
That they can really promote mental health, or break stigmas, raise awareness, because there's this of course we already know that there's a stigma behind mental health.
Yes
no?
po.
Especially mental health is already a sensitive topic, especially mental health of the community is like labaw na gyud kayo siya nga sensitive topic yun siya. So, was there any what was the highlight of that event, or was there any part of that event that again relates to feeling fulfilled as a kuan?
For me, ma'am, it's about the open forum together with
Okay.
all the members and also the participants and also our speakers,
Mhm.
because we're able to tackle out about the issues about the mental health na
Mhm.
it's a really a problem gid sa tuwa
Kaayo
kay we
gyud.
have a julak of mga health professionals that could help us. And kato po na-mention po na it's not really enough na kay since everyone could have the mental health issues, and the number of our health professionals present in the Philippines is not really enough to cover
It's
up
not
everyone.
good
So,
at all.
kato siya, na-raise na mo ang a lots of issues, na-raise na mo a lot of and with that after all of this event, I asked also the participants, did you have you experienced naka-benefit na ba nimo ang kaning training? Because
Yeah.
I personally invited some of them.
Yeah.
And they said na yes kuya. Kay with that kuya na naging mas open, mas naslay na door for them na maging open pa sila to the other people.
Yes.
Kay for me, kay katupod one of the main highlights po is to break the silence.
Yes,
Kay
of
most
course.
of them mang yun ma'am, kikinakumkum ra gid nila ang mga problems nila, and they are not really into sharing sila mga friends and also their family. And after that workshop, kato ba na-share po nila sa kuan na willing po sila to open their communication with other people para
that's
mas
nice.
malasan pa ang ginadala nila na problems.
Yes, that's so nice. Like, breaking the stigma and cycle of silence.
Yes po.
It's very important. You mentioned nga you invited Red Cross and then other are there have you like DRC has DRC had other events wherein you collaborated with other volunteer organizations within the same advocacy, or probably like anong collaborations lang ngayon yung put together ang inyong advocacy?
As far as I remember, ma'am, we have this gender caravan.
Ay, hala, that's
Yes
nice.
po. And also we collaborated with the SK chairman, the SK council of this barangay Santa Filomena.
Ah, okay.
So we have this gender caravan. We also talk about the soji, what are soji, so what are things na. So, kaya siya mostly ang nakaw na mo dito participants are mostly mga younger age, ranging from mga bata siya, mga high school students man.
Okay.
Tapos it's like a drive lang yun siya sa mga purok-purok dito sa
okay.
sa Santa Filomena, but since limited naman ang space na mo, ang gipatawag na mo sila sa basketball court, and dito dahil may information drive about what is soji. Kay nag-HISGOT na namang soji, why? Because basta katuo po na itong mga viewers na ang soji is for the LGBT members lang. But soji it's not a special rights for the LGBT members, but it is a right for everyone. As long as because soji means sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, and SC sexual characteristics. So with that meaning, or the ngalan sa soji is di rin siya relate yun daan padiretso sa mga LGBT members, but sa every tao dire.
Yes, tanang tao na ay soji.
Yes po.
Whether you're straight, because could you give us a little because a lot of people kay ma-fuse together manggod nila ang gender identity and sexual identity, gender expression, sexual identity is often confused together, di ba? This is a very common thing here in the Philippines where a straight girl dresses masculine, she's automatically tomboy, and then they also mean that to mean nga murag ganahan pud ni may ibo pud ni siya og bayi. Can we differentiate the different aspects of soji, like a quick rundown lang?
Siguro when it comes to clothing or the taste of things na mostly na, for example, kani for girly stuff lang niya or kani siya pang boy stuff, siguro that is what we call the preferences na lang. Pero kung when it comes to sexual orientation, it is something na unsay naani mo gyud. So murag it's your physical. Oh, yes po. So gender identity is what you feel. So kung unsa gyud ka, for example, akong assigned sex is male, but I'm also attracted with male and female. So that is what we call gender identity.
Yes,
So, kato siya, ma'am.
No, and then ang expression is how you dress na lang
Yes
dayon,
po, ma'am. Preferences dahil ni mo siya.
Yes, dara din mo fall under tong mo fall under ang gender stereotypes.
Ang siguro ma-fall din siya sexual orientation man ata siya, ma'am.
No, kay expectations naman din siya.
Kay
like
who you are
stereotyping.
attractive to, kung asa ka sexually attractive or romantically attracted.
Okay. So, going back, how was that gender caravan received through? Did you coordinate ba with the local barangay officers adto or sa SK or sa kwan?
Actually, ma'am. Actually, it was not really my my activity, but silang Prof. Alforque ato na mas naghunat ato na activity, and we're just volunteers on that one. Kay kami nag-help kami og mga distributed kits, naggama og mga kits, and also nag-help kami also information drive.
Yes.
So with that, ma'am, nag-top rapod me dito, murag diretso pa sa SK because we have been friends with the former SK chairman of the Santa Filomena, in which ang katupon mga participants and also the council nila is very positive yun sa pagkuha yun sa mo and very supportive yun.
Yes, that's very important. Support from local governments is one of the key factors yun to make sure that, events of volunteer groups are successful. Sa kuan. So, what about the participants? Did you hear any feedback from them wherein kuan?
Actually, most of them, kasi since mga kids pa, mga bata,
High school, no? Atong high school we felt so mature na.
Yes po. Kato siya, ako na kanila is mga bata. And also, for them, ang bago pa na na-hear what is Soji, and they thought, medyo na-break namang stigma because originally they thought it's about LGBT members or magpa-LGBT ka, but it's no. Ako nang recruit. However, it is not, and they are thankful na they're able to clarify such mga misbelief ba? mga misconceptions rather.
So we'll talk more about your activities and other things later. For now, time check atong oras is 9:30 na sa buntag ug sa dili pa nato padayon ning atong programa. Ania ang mga pipila ka pahinumdum from our sponsors. Stay tuned sa atong pagbalik.
That time check was brought to you by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS, para di madaling masira ang ngipin ng pamilya, ngayon pa lang. Unique toothpaste for brushing every after kumain. Dahil ang unique toothpaste, may Max Protect formula. Ngipin ay Max Alaga, Max Protektado pa. Helps stop cavities even before they start, while keeping breath fresh with regular use. Unique toothpaste for brushing, para siguraduhin ngipin ay Max Alaga, Max Protektado pa. Unique Max Alaga, Max Protektado with unique toothpaste maximum fluoride protection. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing, ISO certified world-class quality. ACS.
Good news! Nag-o-offer ng M. Luilier ng cash-in and cash-out services to GCash users sa lahat ng branches nationwide. And there's more! Cash in for the first 8,000 pesos within a month is free. 2% service fee naman ang automatically deducted sa account for cash-out transaction. Kaya punta na sa pinakamalapit na M. Luilier branch sa inyong lugar.
Ang gipalapdan ug ang tinuod nga abus ang presyo. Back to school, back to school, back to Buzzers. Og sa gihapon, ang wholesale na barato pa. Ang pinakabarato sa tanan. May pahimutang sa ilang branches, puros air condition sa dalang Lakaya at bang sa may merkado publiko. Ilabi na sa Balisers Plaza sa may Burgos Street ng siyudad sa Dipolog. Ngadto sab sa siyudad sa Dapitan o ngadto sab sa Malambong lungsod sa Sindangan sa Buanga del Norte. Timani sa kanunay ang Balisers, Balisers, ang pangita mga higala, Balisers. Open na ang Jelaico Hardware na sila nahimutang sa National Highway, Lower Turno, Dipolog City. Dool sa edipisyo sa PhilHealth, nangita ba kamo kompletong mga materyales sama sa konstruksyon, plumbing, electrical, paints and hardware supplies o klase-klaseng mga power tools o machineries? Jelaico Hardware na ta. Naglisod ba kamo o parking sa sentro? Uy! Daghang parkingan sa Torno. Ato na ta sa Jelaico Hardware, National Highway, Lower Turno, Dipolog City. Kita-kits! Doon ka ba mga higala nga gusto nga magpataod og solar system sa inyong taksat sa Kapnimalay o sa inyong mga establishmento sa mga inyong negosyo? Ani ana ang pinakabarato sa tibuok Mindanao. Sila anda mo instalar o mo energize sa atong mga solar project nga hantod lamang sa 70,000 ka pesos. Aduna sab sila yung mga herbal nga girintesadong alang sa inyong mayong panglawas sama sa alkaline vitamin C, Ultima 17, ZO3679, BRN, o HRT Power, o NRF1 o NRF2, Cardionerve, Etira Care, Intra Canada nga dunay free insurance o hospitalization. Alang sa dugang nga pagpakisayod, kunta ka si Ma'am Amy Pearl Tanggan ba 88 sa 0915-905-7333 o 0955-266-5151 o browse sa inyong internet sa www.smallletters.rynsps.com.
Pakisayri ang pinakamahalaga si Ma'am Amy Pearl Tanggan by date. Buhatan na imutang sa Rotunda Street, Dawu, Dapitan City.
Pagsaulog sa Pasko, kinahanglan nga kini usa ka pagpumalandong sa gugma nga walay paghinakog nga maoy gitudlo sa manluluwas. Ang paghatag dili pagdawat maoy maghingpit sa espiritu sa Pasko. Mayong Pasko ug bulahang bagong tuig 2024 kaninyong tanan. Gikan sa bagong napili sa pagkakonsihal sa barangay Villa Hermosa, Polanco, Zamboanga del Norte. Gikan ni Honorable William Bulfa og asawa, si Faye og mga anak, si Genesis, Antonio, Milagros o Grace. Mayong Pasko ug bulahang bagong tuig 2024 kaninyong tanan. Siya ang hingpit ug ang paglaom ug nagmahal ngadto sa katawhan. Mao'y nagtimaan nga tiunay nga dunay mangluluwa sumala sa panagna ug propesiya. Malipayong Pasko ug walahang bagong tuig kaninyong tanan. Ang akong labing maayong pagpasalamat sa tanan nga mga taga-daang lungsod Katipunan, Zamboanga del Norte. Ang inyong kadaugan mausab ang kalampusan sa tanan. Kini gumikan sa inyong pagpili ug kumpiyansa. Ngari kanako. Pulong pagpasalamat ug maayong Pasko ug bulahang bagong tuig 2024. Gikan ni Honorable Angelo Tomaclas Humawak and Family nga mga tag-iya sa Humawak Store ug EG Cars nga mopalit ug mobaligya sa mga refu units sa mga four-wheel vehicles. Maayong Pasko kaninyong tanan ug bulahang bagong tuig 2024.
My idea of a perfect Christmas.
Ako o akong pamilya nang hinaot sa panaghiusa, kalinaw o panaghigugmaay kanimo o sa imong banay. Karong panahon sa Pasko o sa kanunay. Malipayong Pasko o bulahang bagong tuig kanatong tanan. Patimbaya, gikan ni Honorable Sinen Alves Angeles, Vice Mayor, Dipolog City.
Always lights up our lives.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come.
May the Christmas season bring only happiness and joy to you and your family. Hinaot ang Pasko magahatod sa tumang kalipay o kasadya kanimo ingon man sa tibuok mong banay. Mga panginaot nining kapaskuhan gikan ni Barangay Kapitan Ervin Banga o iyang pamilya sa Barangay Istaka.
Dxkd Dipolog Radio Ronda.
And we are back. Before to, dahil ato sang ilabay ang microphone, dari sa to ang government intern nga si Irish para sa iya ang mga news updates.
Ayan, 11 sa 12 ka mga barangay sa 8 ka mga lungsod sa Zamboanga del Norte nga gipailalom sa Barangay Drug Clearing Deliberation ang gideklarar sa Regional Oversight Committee nga mga drug cleared barangay sa lalawigan. Kini mao ang barangays Baybay Fatima, Kauswagan ug Kayok sa Liloy, Pangian sa Syokon, Mantivo, Sibuko, Poblasyon Mutya, Langatian, Rojas, Pitawi, Gutalak, Torno, Dipolog, ug San Pedro, Dapitan City. Bugtong ang barangay makiang sa Syokon ang wala makapasar. Ang barangay drug clearing deliberation gipahigayon sa Zamboanga del Norte Convention and Exhibit Center nga nahimutang sa barangay Estaca ning Dakbayan sa Dipolog kagahapon Disyembre 13, 2023. Sa iyang pasiunang mensahe, gipasalamatan ni Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency 9 Assistant Regional Director sa paggamit sa ZNCSC para sa paghigayon sa Barangay Drug Clearing Deliberation. Gihatagan og punto ni Mr. Torres ang kamahinungdanon sa functionality sa mga Barangay Drug Abuse Council sa kalampusan ni ining maong programa sanglit kini man ang pagmonitor sa kalihukan sa nailhang mga drug personality sa usa ka barangay. Sa samang higayon, gisaad sa gobernadora ang iyang ginatibuk ang suporta sa kampanya batok sa ginadiling druga. Kini sa Irish and Sigot para sa PIA News Update.
And thank you so much for that, Irish. Christmas countdown, there are only 11 days before magpasko. So mo na mga kabatanunan ang mga chikiting nato no kay Christmas party na sila karon. So I hope they're enjoying. And before we continue on sa ato ang guest here with Dipag Rainbow Collective, we have a few reminders para sa ligtas Christmas sa Healthy Pilipinas. Let's follow these 3 main behaviors to keep Filipinos safe and healthy this Christmas season. Kay lisod kay maglipay-lipay ta kung sa hospital ta ninyo magkalipay-lipay kay Ginoo ko Lord. So the first is for a healthy celebration, we must take precautionary health measures when attending celebrations, especially with colder seasons magkasakit pinong tanan. So again, vitamin C guys is very important. Let's also have a healthy handaan nga pinggang Pinoy as a food guide. So kanang mga Filipino spaghetti nato di ara, the iconic sweet Filipino spaghetti, the lechon belly, the kuan. Wow.
Lami.
Ito mag-mention kay panggut mo na tanar ba iba nato dari nga wala pa na mahaw. And of course, the pinaka-important, iwas paputok. Use alternative means to celebrate, especially for the New Year's countdown. As much as pretty kailan taon ng mga fireworks nato di ara, and it has been family traditions for some families nga gather outside for the fireworks and stuff like that. We cannot hide or ignore the fact that it does pose as safety threats and concerns. So yes, let's look for our alternative means to celebrate this holiday season. So going back, if you want to join our discussion, you can leave a comment here sa ato ang live na araghapon dari sa Facebook page sa Rpn Dxkd, or leave us a message sa ato ang hotline nga 0917-791-7556. So for the news pud sa other listeners no nga wala na aware, nag-change naman di ay og page name ang Rpn Dxkd. Dili na sila Rpn Dxkd Dipolog, but they are Rpn Dipolog Radio Ronda with the rolling R's because that's their signature man yun. So now let's go back. There is at ang guest, si Sir Rob from Dipag Rainbow Collective. So speaking of the holiday seasons, so naay plans ang Dipag for mangaroling or something, but kidding aside, let's talk. You've mentioned a bunch of activities now with different advocacies and stuff like that. So let's go to one of the pinaka maka-chain down sa volunteer work, which is the funding. So how do you get where do you get your funding from, especially as a non-profit or pagid mo, right?
Yes,
so it's really hard sa kuan. So how do you find ways?
So as a non-profit organization, as being part of that organization, and also my other organization which is non-profit it's really hard to finance our advocacies, our projects, our programs, because if you don't have enough resources or financing, you can't able to implement those projects and programs, ma'am.
Yes.
So the thing that we usually do is as assistance from our LGU. So we have the city government office and also the provincial government office nato, ma'am, in which the two of them are very supportive with our programs. And aside from that, ma'am, if we think pagid na siguro di ba siguro nakulang, but some things
Yes.
like para mas masustain pa and mas
Yes,
maging
of
successful pa
course.
ato mga implementation sa programs. And we also ask help sa mga atong mga private establishments.
Yes.
So there's a lot of them,
Yeah,
and most of
no.
them are very helpful.
Yes.
And also naputay other mga people na mag-help sa tua through monetary man kaha, through efforts man ka, through magpahulam og sakyan na.
Kanang yun. When it comes to kanang volunteer work, because I was also a volunteer sa kuan. Sa Alright. I was also a volunteer man sa during my student days, which seemed like so long ago na, when in reality it's only been like less than a year. Yeah, ang sakyanan yun, one of the one, especially if you have mga outreach, which for Red Cross, I'm
Yes
sure
po.
you've had, nga importante yun kayo ang logistical transportation sa everyone. So aside from monetary problems, problematic kayo. Aside from the challenges, yes, aside from monetary challenges, what are the other challenges that you face as a volunteer organization, not just for DPAG, but like in general?
Siguro the lack of volunteers, not because they don't want to na mag-participate na sa mga organization, but rather than mas na-redirect ang ilang priority and responsibility kay most of us, kay mga students pa yun.
Yes.
And very busy yun. And now nga,
Yes.
ma'am, na this week is murag finals week right now mo.
Hell week.
Hell week. So, katuloy mo siya. So, aside from money, the lack of manpower yun, ma'am.
Yes,
Because
oo.
especially if you have a big programs mo good ma'am, you need a lot of people to help you.
Yes.
Kay kami gali ma'am bisag dili, I'm not really artistic, but joining such organization, you need to be versatile. Kailangan dagang kag talent.
Kung wala kay talent, magpaka-talented na lang yun ka.
Magpaka-talented na lang jud ka ma'am.
So, how do you manage your time, man, as student volunteers, especially now nga kanalagi Hell Week and stuff like that?
Katulad yun siya, ma'am. That's what I said, ma'am. Kay time management. And also, prioritizing the most important na responsibility, which is, for me, madala po na ako mga volunteering works because I have a lot of free time,
Yeah.
especially on my Tuesday and Thursday class because I don't have morning class.
No,
And
that's
also,
nice.
I don't have also a Friday class. So, most of that time, I'm in the organization, talking with the other key officers, with the other members, and also asking updates about our future activities, ma'am.
No, that's very kuan. It really needs commitment, no?
Yeah,
for
it
you
really
to
needs.
kuan. So, what are your tips, man, for those who want to join your organization, any of your organizations, because apparently dagan gid kayo. What are your tips for those who want to join your organization or like any volunteer org for that matter?
Ano lang, ma'am, don't be easily shaken.
No,
because sometimes, ma'am, good ma'am, there are unprecedented problems or challenges
Yes.
that may come in your way. And sometimes from those challenges, ma'am, murag maka-drag down dito sa imong purpose. Like,
Yeah,
ay,
yes.
kapuyaan ni, uy, ay, possible pa ba na? So, dagan nakag-doubts. You will have what ifs na sakto pa ba akong gibuhat?
Yeah.
Sakto pa ba akong gisudlan? Okay pa ba ko? And all.
No.
But as long as you also point na also i-ignite ng nimo your purpose why you joined that organization. So always mo think na why I joined that organization, and that is to help other people and to extend my capabilities to the other people.
No. So, what do you think is the biggest quality or one of the most important qualities that a volunteer should have? Or, what quality is there gonna as a people that pushes them to become a volunteer?
So aside from you are fighting for your advocacy, especially I have a lot of advocacy. Kaya I
Yeah.
have this youth development, child development, environmental awareness, gender advocacy.
Yes.
Siguro, ma'am, the sympathy for others, because why would you volunteer if you don't have sympathy to other people, you don't want to help other people? Because as a person, ma'am, good, I'm very soft-hearted with
Yes.
people who are oppressed by the
Yes.
society, ma'am. I want to be someone na they can rely on. I want to be that someone na makatabang nila and to extend help nila, because grabe kayang fulfillment bitaw, ma'am, na you're able to help other people. Not just like na nagpuyo ra ka sa balay,
Yes.
nag-watch na lang kag videos, ga-cellphone na lang ka, ga-Facebook na lang ka. Yes, you can help through using your social media.
Yes, oo.
However, lahi ra jud ang personal jud ka
Yes,
maka-help
taking
ka.
action good yourself.
Taking action yun.
No. So how about kuan? So in DIPA, we've talked about DIPA manggid here. So how is the selection process for DIPAG, or are you currently open for taking volunteers to join the organization?
As for the Deepag Rainbow Collective, ma'am, I don't know, very exclusive charge. Joke lang. I know po. I mean by the exclusive is that only once a year gyud mi, ma'am.
Okay.
So mag-set ramig date siguro after the Pride Month kung na kasi ma-identify na mo kay more it's like also our membership drive pud namo, ma'am,
Yes,
kay
oo.
lisod pud kaayo pud, ma'am, na every quarter mi, ma'am, magpa-membership
No.
drive na gamay ra jud among makuha na scoops na mga
Yes,
possible mga prospects na maging members. So it's siguro ang amo alang guro depende lang guro sa big projects na mo
Yes,
come
oo.
up. Then after that dire ag magpa-membership drive because we know we're able to reach out a lot of people by that.
Yes, no. And because you mentioned po ganina that it's such a wholesome and safe space, it's relatively easier manggod to maintain safe spaces if you are more manageable, and sometimes if you want to be more manageable, it's more achievable if medyo gamay-gamay. Nawala akong train of thought.
Pero kato which is sakto gid ka, ma'am, kay we want also na ang kato maging member pod namo is dili ra gyud magpa-member lang kay MM lang.
Yes,
Kay gusto gyud mo
that's
tong
very
member namo
important.
na of course nag-participate sa mga activities, actively participating and
Yes.
fighting for our advocacy. Kay nam koy uban na based on my experience,
Ah.
personal experience, na yung ubang mga member lang yun na ni-appeal lang yun kay because
For the cloud.
for the cloud na panang gisa para makatakas lang yun. So we want also na member gid na very dedicated on
Yes.
such craft.
Yes, it's
And
so
that is
important yun.
Kinda lisod yun sa DRC, especially if you are fighting about gender advocacy yun,
No,
ma'am.
yes. It's very easy manggod to kuan because there's this that you're an advocate until like you support LGBTQ rights until
Mm-mm.
there's a lot of kuan, and I think that's very important to remember when joining advocacy groups pushing for human rights based advocacy groups. It's always very kuan nga, it's applicable to everyone, not just the people you like.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that's something that a lot of people selective advocacy pushing. That's fun.
So ang kakuro ko siya, ma'am, is it is easy to gather members but it is very hard to make them stay.
Yes, that's also so fun. Does Dipag kuan ba ka ng we call it sa amuang old org purging. Does Dipag purge on inactive members?
I'm not really sure, ma'am, kay because we're still new, like mag 2 years pa
Ah,
nasa
that's right.
sa
Hindi
Dipolog
ko
City. But whenever we have these inactive members, kay we chat them, we talk to them. Now, what's the problem? Or are you busy ba? Because we're just asking updates lang yun. And we in the Deepag Rainbow Collective, since we have this safe space, very open-minded, me.
Yes.
And very communicable.
Yeah, communicative.
Open for communication because we understand everyone has different priorities
Yes,
aside from this
oo.
organization.
Especially since a volunteer group, no? Nga, Kwan. So, are you planning on leading the LGBTQ group or at least like the SOGI agenda here in Zamboanga del Norte ba?
Actually, ma'am, since ang among scope na mo for our advocacy is not limited only in a one city. But it's not also around Zamboanga del Norte.
Yeah, no.
Kung hopefully
soon.
to Tibok Philippines or to
Diba?
the
Why
world
not?
rather.
No, guys, I think if I'm not mistaken, as far as some acknowledgement nga, what we see is very limited. It's not the reality. This mang disclaimer tadaan. As Deepag ang relatively active these few months regarding the gender advocacy agenda nga kuan. So yeah, napakay other thoughts or messages nga ganahan nimong i-share sa ato mga listeners, sponsors that you'd like to thank, kuan, and yeah, special thanks. A few kuan, and encourage other people to call to volunteers na lang, ana.
So it is almost end of the year. So to all the people who help the Deepag Rainbow Collective to grow as its organization right now. So I'm very thankful to the provincial office, the
Yes.
city office, and also the private institutions and private establishments. and everyone na nag-help yun na mo to make our programs or activities successful. And also, I would like to shout out my board mates.
Sige, go, laban.
Ariana Constantino, and also Niel Biandam, and also my classmates the BSED Science
Oh, okay.
3A, and I hope you all review for our finals. And also the people na nakailan ako.
Yeah, ikaw, review na ka for finals.
Mag-review ba? Mag-review pa later.
No. And so just like that, nahuman na ang ato ang oras. And but before tamu end, nakanungod naman ta sa ato ang kuan, sa ato ang final thoughts.
Dugang na lang reminders, ako mga holidays.
Yes, the holiday seasons are coming up with 11 days until Christmas. Nakaduol ng mga holidays and a few reminders that December 25 is of course a national holiday, and December 26 has also been a holiday along with December 30, which is Rizal's Day. And a few reminders kung advance happy birthday sa mga Capricorns and Sagittarius nato di ara. And a few reminders na lang tingali sa mga muhatag og regalo nga dili iipon ang gift sa Pasko ug sa birthday sa mga duol sa Pasko ang birthdays. And so with that is a wrap. Diri na pod na human ang atong usa ka oras nga episode sa ngalan sa mga Regional Director Noy Maidaga, sa Rpn Dxkd Station Manager Dennis Garay, ug sa atong kauban nga technician diri sa Picas Room, and of course si Irish and Sigot, atong government intern who gave us news updates, as well as our other partners from the government and non-government agencies. Labi na sa atong guest karon from DIPAG Rainbow Collective, Mr. John Robert M. Villa. Thank you so much for your time and making time out of your busy week, kay Hell Week, Finals Week para ba. Thank you so much. So sa atong mga listeners, see you sa sunod natong episode. I have been Pamela Fumero. Ngari kita, mag-hisgot-hisgot.